So this vlog is kind of becoming just a hang out with me vlog. Thought, I don't know, I was like thrifting for dresses as summer is approaching.
Okay.
Everybody, welcome back to North and South. Today is more of a free day, which I'm happy about. We don't have like lessons or appointments or anything like that. So I'm going to do something I needed to do. Well, I've been kind of working on all week. There was like a tragic death of a missionary here in Charlotte, not far from us. He was riding his bike. They were on the sidewalk on a road, and a car like jumped the curb and went up and hit and killed him. So tragic. 18 years old. The mission leader, there's a married couple that's in charge of the area mission over the missionaries, and so a friend of mine is going to take her a little thing and asked if I would paint her something, which I felt so grateful to be able to do, because it has been so tragic and you want to be able to do something. And I don't know her personally, and obviously I don't know the missionary or his family personally, and so we've been praying for them as a family, and I'm sure so many others have. But it's nice to be able to do something that you feel like will enter into the situation, but also it's kind of a lot of pressure, so I've been kind of stewing about it and working on it all week. It's just a little tiny card, so it's not a big deal. But anyways, right now I'm going to get another paint tube, because I think I figured out what I want to do, but I want a different paint. Anyways, but I have been thinking a lot, and I've been like stewing over in my mind and wanting to just talk about it, and so I figured I would talk to you guys, but about like aging. I know I've talked about this on here before, but it's on my mind all the time. I've been thinking about, one of you commented and said that I'm like prematurely aging myself, and I guess I see where you're coming from, because I have a picture of a really old lady in my bathroom that I feel like I kind of look like, but I also like love and adore this woman in this photo. I don't know her, but like I love it. I think she's so cute and sweet looking, and I think for me it's like it's a northern star to say like, hey, it's okay to get there. That's like sweet and happy, because like we're surrounded constantly. Like if you are on any social media, I'm getting like constant ads about things that will like make me look younger, or makeup that will make me look better, or procedures you can do, or hair dyes, or like a million things. And so I've kind of decided very, very early on, I know I'm 45, that I'm going to just like accept like that I am aging, the inevitability of aging, that nobody gets out of it. So you have two options. You can let yourself look older and like take care of yourself. Yes, all of those things, nutrients, sun protection, sleep, all of those things. But also you will get wrinkles, you will get spots, you will get silver hair that's not as smooth. You might have less hair. You will have less hair. But anyways, all of these things, sagging body, and just like accept it and embrace it. Like here's the worst case scenario. Well, not worst case scenario. Here's where I'm headed 25 years from now. And you know, it's gradual. I'm not going to get there just like all of a sudden 25 years. I'm okay with it. I embrace it now. I let go of youth now. Then I can just relax into it and just move on with my life. So it is kind of premature. And it is definitely counterculture, so it's hard, and so it's taking me a while to like work my way through it, because I thought I would be totally fine with aging, but I'm finding it is more alarming than you think. And so one of my strategies in life that I learned from How to Stop Worrying and Start Living by Norman Vincent Peale, it was like, imagine worst case scenario and then accept it, and then you can move on. So like, I know that sounds like terrible, and if you're like 75 now, you're like, hey, I'm not worst case scenario. But like in your mind, when you're younger, like worst case scenario is that like you won't look like yourself, and you'll be ugly, I guess is the worst case scenario. It's like, okay, accept ugly. I mean, big whoop, accept it and move on. And so I'm trying to do that. I am no longer dyeing my hair. And I know that will make me look older than my peers. But I guess it's like, whatever, I don't care. I'm not going to play this game anymore. I don't want to play the, like, how young can I possibly look for as long as I can? It's like, I know that Mike doesn't care. I know that, like, he doesn't care. Like, I want to look nice, but I'm not going to play the game where my number one goal all of the time is to stay young, to be a maiden. I am going to accept the beauty and the wisdom that comes with an older age, and that, like, I'm invisible to the younger crowd. Who cares? Great. And I can now explore my skills, enjoy my wisdom, grow in my interests. So here we are. I'm painting. And I'm painting in a way that makes me really happy. It feels, I love utility in the things that I do. So that's why I love cooking. Because I love being creative, but I don't like being creative just for the sake of being creative. I don't enjoy that as much. I like cooking for people if it makes them feel happy. I like making a beautiful cake if it makes someone feel celebrated. I like painting a painting if I feel like it will bring someone joy or remind them of something that lifts a burden, those sorts of things. So that's why I think I'd like to be an illustrator, because there's so much utility in that. And that's why I like doing furniture, because it's like something people use, they utilize. Trying to do that, and I know, you know, there were some things I did early on in my parenting decisions which made me counterculture and made me crazy to other people and made people worry, but I feel so grateful that I was strategic and I saw the writing on the wall. Not strategic, just realized I am totally empty on gas, and I was supposed to get that on the way to Michael's. And I'm so back to the strategic about my decisions early on in parenting. So grateful that I didn't listen to my peers or follow the norms. I'm so grateful for the harvest I have now because of those choices. So I'm going to do the same. I'm going to be counterculture with aging. And I know I will see some of my peers really struggling under the burden of aging and like trying to like do everything they can not to age. And it's like, oh, I've already moved on. I've already accepted it. I've already like embraced the older, wiser matron that I'm excited to be. And now I've moved on. So that's what I'm doing. Anyways, let's go in and get some paint. I just remembered they don't sell gouache in separate tubes here, which is super lame, and that's the paint of that's what I like. Someday I want to do oil, but I am really enjoying gouache. I have a lot of watercolor, I have some acrylics, but they only sell gouache in like sets here. So I'm not gonna do that. I will just use the paint I have, but I do need some paper. I also need to get the Monster Romance coloring book, of course. No, they didn't have the paper I wanted either, so it wasn't a wasted trip though, because I got to chat with you guys about my thoughts on aging, and I need to get gas. Another thing I did lately is I studied in the Old Testament, Proverbs 31, and it's verses 10 through 31, talks about a virtuous woman. I did a study of that by myself and then with some other friends and some other ladies, and I was just so filled and so touched by it. And I think in a way women in our culture and in our time are one of the reasons we're obsessed with youth, is because we have no story of what it looks like to be, like, we don't have stories and characters and archetypes being told in our culture anymore of an older woman. All of our stories are about maidens, about young women. And those are important stories. I think being a maiden is good, and being young in that time of life and falling in love and that adventure that you go on. But if you think about movies that show, or stories, at least in the overarching culture, so share with me if you have some. But in pop culture, in popular culture, I can only literally think of like one where there's an older woman who is a mother, and I guess that matters to me because in some ways the older woman who never married is fine. That's a fine story, but in a lot of ways it's still a maiden story because it's a singular story. She's single, and often in the movie she's still finding love, but not always. So for me, it's only person I can think of is Molly Weasley, who's strong. She's wise, she's older, she's powerful. People in her circles seek her and her wisdom. And because a lot of the times you think about the matron in a story now, she's often evil and controlling, and people don't like her if we do have a matron. You know, like the evil stepmom, or like just like what is it called, like Mattery? what is the word where she's like getting involved in other people's business. Anyways, and so reading Proverbs 31 was like, this is obviously an older woman. She has so much wisdom. She is older and yet so powerful because she's gained all of these skills and all of this wisdom that is now protecting her family and her community and her household. And I was just so touched by that. And I realized here's the story for me of like what to look forward to and what to aspire to, my Northern Star. And I was so touched by that. And it also made me want to, I have 2 boys that want to be writers. Like, please write us some matron stories, some matron characters. We have plenty of stories where there's an older man and he's full of wisdom and value, and like everybody seeks him out, you know, like the grandfather. Gandalf is one of them. The other one in the Lord of the Rings is one of them. But the dad there's like a million, right? Even like Thor's dad in the Avengers, this old man who's so full of wisdom and power. Where's Thor's mother? I don't know, but that would be a cool story too. So anyways, I gotta get gas. Anyways, that was really inspiring to me. It was like, I don't think we realize how much we hunger for stories to tell us what an older woman is and why she is valuable. We don't have a lot of those. And so Proverbs 31 was really, really, really satiating in that way. It was delicious. And I hope someday when I get better at art to make a really big original artwork of the whole thing. Or at least, because sometimes I looked it up to find some art of Proverbs 31 and it only has like a couple verses, you know, and I know it's hard because that's like 21 verses, but the whole thing is so good. The whole thing. And it's all symbolic. So if you're like, well, I guess she knows how to like weave, it's like, no, but think about that, like spiritually and mentally, like figuratively, like she's weaving things together because she's learned in her wisdom how to do that. And anyways, it's really beautiful. That's what I've been thinking about, because it is always a little alarming to change and to the unknown of it. But if I've accepted it, and so I do have a Pinterest board just of older women. So that, because I feel such warmth for them, I look at them, I'm like, that's not so bad. It's like, exactly. And like, you have so much ahead of you that is full of so much joy, and you will be able to receive it because you've grown the strength of a wise older woman. I'm not saying that a story of a wise older woman, but just think about it. Even if she were single, is there a story where like there's a woman mentor who's so wise? She's not mean, you know, like Devil Wears Prada. She's mean and controlling, but kind of, you know, she's smart, but like, how about where she's wise and full of grace and goodness and just so strong? Like, tell me if you know some stories like that. Because I don't see that many. Very, very rare. Or it's like she's like, now I'm gonna embrace my maiden again. I'm gonna go sleep around with a lot of guys because I'm still sexy. It's like, what? Can we like not all just try to like be maidens? Can we like realize that women have so many other things they can offer to this world than being that? Like I said, I'm glad I was a maiden. I think it's so much importance in that. But like I've heard Jordan Peterson talk about it. Like there used to be more stories, more archetypal stories for women, because you had the maiden, you had the mother, and you had the matron. And we have like no matron stories. No matron stories. So let's all, if you're a writer, write some matron stories. Give us some matron stories so that we can not be afraid and we can look forward to the wisdom and the power that we get as we grow older. Man, that's cool. Anyways, so I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna paint that painting, I'm gonna edit a video for you guys and make some dinner. And it'll be a pretty good day. It's beautiful, 77 degrees. It's gonna be a beautiful day. This is my method some of you asked me to share. It is very basic and it's not as hard as you think. This is my reference photo. This is a tropical flower because the boy who died was Tongan. And so I went and looked up flowers of Tonga, and this is one. I couldn't find a photo. I do prefer doing it from a photo if I can. Then I sketch it out with a pencil. I am using an H pencil because for me that erases the easiest. And then it's okay if I have some lines that I'm gonna come in and erase. I use one of these. This is like totally filthy, but these moldable, stretchable erasers, it gets everything off. And then I'm going to come in and paint it. I'm gonna put it in this frame that I got. And I'm going to then come back in with another color and paint a background. So Oh, kind of like this. I tried it before with watercolor and I was not happy with how it turned out. And I'm like, I'm going back to gouache. I feel very comfortable with gouache. So I'm going to paint it in gouache, and I think, hopefully, prayerfully, it turns out. First layer on. Now I'm gonna go and do the leaves. It's actually very relaxing. You know, I used to think that, I feel like I'm some art show right now. I used to think that it would be so much easier to just use markers. And I think that's natural because we're so used to controlling a pen or pencil or marker when we were kids. But as I've gotten more comfortable using a paintbrush, it is so much easier and so much more accurate and easier to control. You realize when you're drawing with a marker, like the tip kind of does what it wants. You can't, I can sense the amount of pressure I'm putting on here so easily, and therefore control it. So I can get much finer lines. I find so often with a marker that I'm just like a millimeter off when I touch the paper from where I thought I was. I'm sure you can learn to manipulate those, but if you are thinking of getting into painting and art, don't be as, I was intimidated by a paintbrush, and I have since learned that I didn't need to be as much as I was. And it doesn't take very long before you start to understand it becomes like an extension of it. You just start to understand it. It's really nice. Okay, the next layer of green is on. What I didn't like about this one, and it happened because of the original image, I think I went way too brown. I wanted it to be a little bit more vibrant. And so I'm happy with this. I'm actually really happy with it so far, which makes, you know, like this is the point where you're like, hey, I think this is gonna go okay. And then you screw up. So I want to be really, really careful on this that I don't screw it up. And then I'll have to decide if I want to do some sort of color like I thought. This was a very quick try of it. I did some other ones because I want to write on them. Matthew 5:7, blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. These were the watercolor ones I did that I didn't love. I feel like it might be nice. Let's try it on this one. Obviously, it's not perfectly done, but I think this background kind of gives it like a weight. I don't know. I don't love the way that looks. I guess I could just write it right in this corner. I wonder the whole thing. I thought of just writing for they shall be comforted. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see when I get there. Okay. I think I might be done with this part of the painting. So the next question is, do I tape it off and paint that color in the background? I don't know if I don't know. Maybe I have to go get Pearl and ask her. All right, Pearl is so good at being honest and giving good, well thought out opinions, and she did. We voted to do a background of light pink. Okay, I'm a little nervous. It's time to pull the tape off. I did it purposefully a little inside. I'm nervous. I don't know, you know, because I'm not really an artist yet. I'm a burgeoning artist. Let's say that. I know some of you will argue about that, but which I appreciate. Thank you. But I'm like shaking. So we're gonna take this off and see where we end up. It's not perfect, but like it bled a little right there, and I don't know that my square is perfect, but it is what it is. Okay, so I think I'm pretty much done. The colors will get a little different on camera, but I need to figure out where I would write this thing that I wanted to write, but I'm very nervous about it. Okay, I just ended up writing it up there, down there. Okay, I'm actually now done. I've been like so nervous. I'm a little bit shaking. Pearl gave me good advice, and I went back, cut it down a little smaller, and also went back in with my fine black marker and added in some lines. And I'm pretty happy with it now. I think that looks pretty cute. And hopefully it's a nice reminder for her that Christ will comfort us.
Hey, I'm trying to talk right now.
tomorrow I'm gonna try painting with the acrylics that I bought like a few weeks ago, just to try my hand at acrylics because I have a little set and I haven't used them, and it was fun to paint today. So maybe I'll take you along for that. Okay, it's the next day, and I think I mentioned it yesterday. I have this group I do with a few other ladies. It's called Inklings, if any of you are familiar with it. And we study the talks of our church leaders. Twice a year, our church leaders have this big conference, or our whole church does, Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And it's like 2 days of talks. We study those talks for the 6 months afterwards together each week. And at first I was really like hesitant to do it because I'm busy, and I just kind of like to own my schedule. So I was like, oh, I don't know. But it has become such a blessing to me. I feel really, really grateful for it. And we kind of switch and do it at each other's places. And today, the lady whose house it's at, or the gal, lives like 1 minute from a Goodwill. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go early and I'm gonna thrift. So this vlog is kind of becoming just a hang out with me vlog. Thought, I don't know, I was like thrifting for dresses. So as summer is approaching, I would like to have some dresses that I like layering like this, but in summer I like it less because I'm hot. And so looking for dresses that I don't have to layer. Also, I wouldn't mind a piece of furniture for my room that can be in the background, because I have memberships on the channel now and we are doing lives and calls, and I want something in the background because this wall is blank, just so it looks nice. So I'm gonna see if they have anything. Likelihood is no, but got to keep my eye out until I find something good. Anyways, let's go in. Cute little chair. Oh, matching set. It's kind of cute. Mid-century planter. It's kind of cute. Okay, I had a super successful trip. Let me show you. Got a couple books. This one's on journeys into medieval England, and I have several kids interested in that, including myself, and it was really great. I had great photos, and it was very readable, so I grabbed that. And then this cookbook I've been looking for years, because I own it, and I love it, and my dog chewed it up. We had a dog years and years ago, and it chewed it up the corner of it, because I would use it for Andrew to sit on as a booster seat, and then I got food on it, and then the dog chewed on it. Anyways, so now I have it again because it's like out of print. Love this book. It was like 50 bucks originally. And then I didn't find a piece of furniture, but when I do, I will put this cute little airplane in it. That's cute because, you know, Mike, pilot. And then I found this interesting plate, and Google Images is this is Danish from the 1950s. I took a picture of it to see what it was because I'm like, the glazing is so pretty. Do you see how pretty that is? And Google like told me everything about it, the AI. It was crazy. So I grabbed that because I was like, oh, it's like 50 cents and it'll look really pretty. I like the glaze on that. I got cotton pajamas. A set of cute classic set of 100% cotton pajamas. I have been literally looking at cotton pajamas online for like years. And then I did get 3 dresses. Well, hold on, before I get to the dresses, I found this little shirt that looks new. I did get it for layering because I like this little detail here. I think that will look really pretty. It's not a shirt I would wear alone, but I think it's very cute for layering. Okay, so I got 3 dresses. One I got for Esther. She's gonna be in town soon. These little mini dresses hit her perfectly at the knee and don't like swallow her up. And this one was really cute, so I grabbed that. And then I got 2 dresses that I won't have to layer with, and I might wear one today. I got this one, really pretty. I'll have to show you when I get home. It's green with pink flowers on it, and it's midi length. And then I got this Target dress, Wild Fable, also midi length, cute print with a tie in the backs. Very happy with that. Now I'm gonna go to my friend's house and we'll see you on the other side. Okay, my meeting's done. My hair is almost dry. Time to go home and have some lunch. It's after lunch. This is the spot where I want to find a cabinet to go. And I haven't done that yet, obviously. But let me show you the dresses I got because I love them. Here's that green one. See how cute the print is? And it's a little button. And I still have my little skirt extender on, but so cute. Very happy with this. This looks kind of like a 1960s dress to me. Love it. Very light. Don't have to wear anything with it. Great. Okay, here's the other one. Very cute floral. It does come down deeper in the neckline than I like to, but then it's got a little belt with it, and you can just tie it in the back. But I don't usually like tying in the back because I don't like the way it feels against my back. And then it's kind of the same idea, but the skirt extender makes it so I can wear it, because if you see that, that's like right there. I never would wear a dress like that high. It's got cute little puffy sleeves, and I think I'll actually keep this one on because it's a little bit more springy than the one I was wearing. And how cute is that? I have a little like half tee here, so it's not quite as hot as if I had to wear something more underneath, so I don't mind that. I don't know if I showed you, but this is the little dress I got for Esther. I actually have a dress from Amazon. I mean, I have a skirt that's the exact same fabric. We'll have to do mommy and me pictures. Just kidding. But this will look really cute on her when it would be super mini on me. It'll be like this length on her because she's so tiny. And these colors, Esther looks really great in vibrant colors. So let me go show you the cookbook now. This cookbook is that good that I would keep it for, I think, literally, what, it must be 18 years now since Andrew was a toddler, looking like this. It's that good because the dog chewed it. And you can see it's all stained up, and I have some of my favorite recipes marked. Look at that. Looks like oh, what a disgusting cookbook. It's that good though. And I've been looking forever. Da, da, da. Let's see. Oh, it's a little different, but it's amazing and I love it. And I'm so excited to have it in its whole format. I was looking on Amazon and like you can buy it because it's out of print, but it's super expensive. And I just got it for what, $2, $3? Score. Okay, here's the plate I got. I thought it would look cute up here, so I think I'll work it into that. It's not perfect, but it works. I think it looks pretty there, and I think all of the little scalloped details kind of match some of the details and some of the other things up there. That's cute. And that was 49 cents. Evie and I are going to the store right now, and I'm gonna look at hair combs. So this is just ending up being like, yeah, a vlog, I guess. Are you just happy to be here along for the vlog, Evie?
Yes.
So we're gonna head over there, and I'm loving my new dress. It's so comfortable, so summery. Look, right outside our car. There's a mama goose, a mother goose, and her little goslings. They're so cute.
How cute they are.
They're so cute. Hi, babies. Hi, Dee-Dees. Hi, little babies. Oh, there's more over there. So cute, babies. Cute babies.
Cute there.
Yeah. Look at that with the spots. Oh, those are beautiful. Hyacinths. Beautiful. Love them. Ooh, these ones have stripes. Beautiful. So pretty. Had a few minutes. I wanted to get some of those combs that we used to use a lot in the 80s and before. I don't see any though. Found them. These combs, they're good for pulling back your hair and they'll stay. And I wouldn't mind some wider ones, but I don't see any. But these will do. Oh, look, Evie. Those are so cute. They're almost $8, but...
I'm back there. I'm there.
I always like to look at the different baking things they have, because I sometimes see things that I'm like, oh, I've never heard of the need for that, so I wonder what that is. I would also like to get some mini tart pans. So like if I make a tart, our whole family doesn't need that big of a tart. So if I could half it And then I could give one away. A crown? Wow, look at those fancy things, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Would you like that? Would you wear it?
Yeah.
Maybe for your birthday then, huh? Those are cute. $2.
Let's do that. Yeah.
It's cheap. I thrift so much that sometimes when I go to a regular store, I'm amazed at how many good things they have. Because I'm like, oh, that's cute, and that's cute, and that's cute. Like, especially when I'm at like Target. I'm like, everything is cute here. Or like, I like all of the dresses. Because usually I don't like 99% of what is in a store. But there's a special kind of satisfaction in finding the treasure amongst that junk, you know? Okay, I put this, I got this shirt at the thrift store today too. And I put it underneath the dress to change it. So pretty. I've been looking for one like that. Put the little combs in my hair. And now Mike and I are going on a date night. And I'm going to end this hangout vlog. Thanks for coming along, guys. It was fun. And until next time, bye.